What is up, guys? I am Cody from Auto Mafia Racing, and today I am installing drilled and slotted rotors and new pads onto my RSX. So I was up in Venice and I heard a noise and it was scraping. I thought it was maybe the brake dust shields. And you know, I pushed it with a screwdriver, trying to get it to move out of the way. Pushed it with a screwdriver to get it off of the brake rotor, and it was well off. You know, it's not that, and it's still, I hear this scraping. So we get home, I drive it home. I got to get home. We get home, I go to work and I pull everything apart, and I notice the caliper has actually squeezed on the rotor and worn only one side. Like on the back, I'll show you guys later. On the back, it is completely worn down, and on the front, on the outside, it's just fine, like it's brand new. So something's wrong there. I'm gonna pull everything apart. We'll look at it, and I'm gonna install these new ones, and hopefully it should be fine, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it and make sure it's not wearing out these new, nice ceramic pads from R1 Concepts. And I definitely don't want to score up my new slotted drilled rotors, so. I'm gonna put it up on the lift now and we'll pull it apart and I'll show you guys the damage. It's pretty bad. Alright, update, got the wheels off. You know, maybe it was time anyways. These aren't too bad, but always good for an upgrade. Same with the backs. I mean they could get resurfaced, but they're not horrible. However, this one, look at that. That's, oh man. In the back, you can't see it yet. You'll see when I pull it off, but it's just destroyed back there. And maybe you could tell in this, that looks completely brand new. And back there, there's nothing. It's just no pad left. And had to drive like that because, you know, had to get to work. I hope and hope and hope that the new caliper that I got on now will fix that. It's not going to drag with these brand new ceramic pads. So this is a tutorial video, so I'm going to show you how to do this. You're going to start by taking off your caliper here. Start with these two bolts, here and here. They are a 14 millimeter. You can use an open end, but you're risking tearing it up, and closed sockets much better. Preferably 6-point, but 12-point is going to work. This might spin on you here, so you know, some channel locks or vice grips, just grip on here, and maybe even an open end wrench on this part, and just twist away, get your bolts out. Same on the top here. Alright, now that you got these two bolts out, just, ooh, yeah, hopefully this isn't as stuck on yours. There we go, it's coming free. There we go. Just let her hang right there. Wow. Yeah. I had some issues. That is just ground down completely. Now you're going to take off the caliper bracket bolts right behind this. Should also be a 14. Let me check. Yeah. It's also a 14 millimeter. So I'm going to take these off. If they're stuck, which usually they are because these are older, you're going to use, you know, PB Blaster, a little bit of brake clean, because these are probably really nasty back here. But enough patience. Hope you don't strip them out. You should be just fine. Pull off these brackets, and you should be able to get your rotor off. There we go. Brackets out of the way. Man, that thing is dirty. Let's pull this rotor off. Wow. Yeah, your rotor's not supposed to look like that on the back. I don't know if you can see that in the video, but it is at an angle now. That's why you don't buy the cheapest RSX you can find. It's just what I'm going to have to deal with. Oh, man. What a piece of junk. Now, this is pretty funny. All that brake dust has stuck onto the magnet of my wheel speed sensor here. Wow, you can just see the metal shavings everywhere. Not even brake dust, it's metal shavings from that rotor. I'm gonna have to pull the sensor out, clean it all up. I'm not gonna put that on video, but that's probably why my ABS light was on. So I got my new rotor here. I got my brake clean. I'm gonna spray it to clear off any contaminants or any oil or smudges that I might have already put under or somebody at the factory could have put on it. Because with that, one part of the rotor could be hotter or colder than the other part, and that could cause heat spots and eventually warping. And I don't want to warp my rotors because that's how you get, like, you know, a really bad sensation in the car. So spray off your rotors and then don't touch this surface anymore until it's in there. Maybe spray it one more time once it's in there just to make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and put them on. All right, so now you got your rotor in, it's cleaned up. You're going to need this tool right here. You know, you can go to the parts store and it's going to spin and push your caliper in. Forgot the term for it. Basically, it goes right into these channels here. It's going to rotate and press back into your caliper. Mine seems to be a little stuck. This is kind of worrying, honestly, but oh, there it goes. Gonna press right back in. It's gonna take a minute, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it here. Get it pressed in. All right, got it pressed in. Got my bracket back in there. Just gonna put the bolts in. Make sure everything's right. I'm gonna put the pads where they go. Here's my pads. If you're wondering what this is a wear indicator here. It's gonna get down, you know, your ceramic's gonna get down to a certain point and this is gonna start hitting your rotor. It's gonna score it a little bit, but what it's gonna tell you is that your brakes are a little worn. Time to get some new pads. It's gonna make a nice loud screeching noise every time you hit the brakes, so that's when you know it's time to replace them. Go ahead and put them in. I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's all put back together. It's gonna look good. Alright, I know this is a little bit of a jump ahead, more than I wanted to, but you know, just kind of got it carried away. It was getting late, so I wanted to make sure to get things done tonight, and I did. So now, they are on, all four wheels. They look good. I'm gonna do the break-in period. Now, the break-in period is you go up to 40 miles per hour, then a hard brake to about 10. And coast, let it cool down, then you go back up to 50, and then a really hard brake just before your ABS starts to kick in, and get back down to 10 miles an hour, drive it, let it cool down, then a slow brake from 65 down to 15, and let the car cool down, about 20 minutes. It should be fine after that, drive it, heart's content, you're good to go. That's at least what R1 Concept says on their website. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Again, these look perfect. I mean, they could be a bit bigger. Maybe I'll get a big brake kit for these 17s. But these are definitely gonna work for this daily. They look great. They're gonna work a lot better than that crusty, messed up wheel that I had on this one, or rust up rotor on this one. And that'll be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.